Hello, I'm going to make a video uh, for um, for another picture I have for the gold rings for jewelry. I was trying to show you guys how to fix the color of the gold if it's too pale, like in this case, this picture is too light. I want to show you what I do to make them a little better to fix the color of the gold. Just kind of basic and a little bit quick. In Photoshop CC, I try to be fast, or I try to keep it simple so I can finish all the pictures I have to do, because I fix a lot of pictures of jewelry. So I try to keep it simple but nice, just because my time is limited. But I want to make videos to show you guys how to edit a picture in a simple way. Or if you have a lot of work to do too and you don't have a lot of time, then you can follow, or you can do some techniques, or just fix it in a basic way, or just use the normal tools, the basic tools like I do. If you need to make a quick fix or make them a little better. um, I'm still new on doing videos, so but I'll try to make more videos as I go, so I can show you guys some tricks. In this picture, the picture was already edited from the background. So because we need to use pictures in white background, and the picture turned out to be too bright, so I'm gonna try to fix that. So right now I'm just gonna go to, usually I start by going to image, adjustments, and shadows, highlights. And I want to bring down the shadows here, leave it at 0%, because we don't really need to get rid of any shadows right now. We just have too much brightness, too much highlights. So on here, we're going to go a little bit more. We don't want to go too much like that. That's too dark. So what I do is I just select like 4 or 3%, just a little bit. I try to be conservative, and especially if I'm working on a ring that's gold, yellow gold 10K. You don't want it too bright, because the purity of the gold and yellow gold, it varies a little bit by the number here. I mean, by the purity. The purity in this case is 10K, so we don't need it too bright, too yellow. So on the right side, I have the background, the layer. I'm going to press Control J to create a copy of that layer, so I can keep the original in case I need to go back or redo the work. Or to keep it safe. It's just a good way to just start your work. A lot of people do this, and I agree. It's the best. It's a good way to go. Just create a separate layer or copy that layer. If you click on Create New Fill Layer, Create New Fill or Adjustment Layer, which is the fourth icon from left to right. If you click on here, you can go to Color Balance, and if you see tone, it says midtones. I like to go all the way down here to yellow, go to the right to make it more yellowish, because if you go like this, it's more bluish purplish, and you don't want to adjust it to the right. What I do is I go to the left a little bit, like -4, -5. Again, not too much, just a little bit, a little tad to the left. And for highlights, I went to tone highlights, and I go around. It's up to you how much you want to go, but you don't want to go too yellow, too bright, because then it doesn't look natural. And even though it's like a stock photo, you don't want to go overboard. I like to make the pictures in a stock photo way, but not stock photo like 100%. I like them to look natural but clean at the same time, like a hybrid look. My pictures, I try to make them look like hybrid, stock photo / hybrid pictures. So about -5 for now, I guess. Well, for me, it works around -5. We're gonna close this. Oh, press on this little key where it says to the right, a little arrow pointing to the right. Just click on it and it'll go over here, back to the history. I'm going to go back and select layer 1, which is the layer we're working on. And I'm going to create another adjustment layer, but I'm going to go this time to HueSaturation. And I'm going to click on master to change it to select yellows. And on yellows, you go into the middle, saturation, you want to move over to the right, plus 11. Well, it's up to you. I usually like to go up to 11. And I don't touch anything else because lightness, that wouldn't work. We go here. So if you want to change it to white gold, you can do this too. There's different ways to do it, but I mean, this is yellow gold, so we don't want to mess with this option here, with this tool. I mean, with this option for lightness. I'm going to, oops, change it to 0 again. And now I'm messing with the hue. But no, it's just saturation, just plus 10, or it's up to you. If you want to go a little brighter, you can do that, which looks good too. But I like to be a little conservative for me. I like to just go up to 10 usually, but I'm going to click on this right arrow again to close it, or you can reopen it. I'm going to go back to layer 1, or you can just select, or you can just click on the piece, on the picture, and it'll take you back to layer 1 too. I'm going to create another adjustment layer. Go to, I guess we can go vibrance, or vibrance also works to make the colors more vibrant, like this. I put +8. I like to be, like I said, conservative. I like to just move it a little bit. Like, I never go over 20 or more. I mean, it depends on the picture you're working on, but it's, you know, you don't want to exaggerate. You want to try to find a balance. You just want to move it a little bit over. I mean, just make small changes, because they make a long way. They make a big difference. And it's, I mean, you don't want to exaggerate too much, but all details, everything counts. All the details count. So I just like to do it this way, but there's different ways to fix a picture, but this is just a way to do it, to fix the color and of the gold. Now it's starting to look better. If you go back to layer 1 or click on it, you can go back to adjustment layers, and if you wanna check out levels. I like to go into the levels usually, because it also helps you adjust the brightness or the neutral colors, like the middle colors. For example, if you go here, you make it a little darker. For neutrals, for shadows, you just go over here and move this cursor to the right. Let me go back to the middle and adjust it though. Okay, I'm gonna go over here to the left to make it a little bit darker. Not too much, just a little bit like that. About 10. And then if you wanna move this over, you can see how it makes this highlights a little brighter, but it's already good enough. Maybe just move it a little bit to the left. It's up to you. I think it's about like that. Maybe just a little like this, just a little touches. You just gotta look at the image and see where you see how much you wanna move these tools, or change it, because it's really up to you. It's some people like it more yellow, other people like it more creamy look, but for my type of work, we're trying to go for the creamy gold look. Okay, so I'm gonna close this right here, and I do find this a little out of focus. It's not too sharp. The picture was taken a little far away, but if you need to use the sharpening tool, let me click on the ring so I can go back to layer 1. If you want to go filter, and in filter you go, go down to sharpen on sharp mask, and you might wanna adjust that too. And a lot of people, I've seen people that go all the way up to 100%. Oops, that's too much. Well, I like to leave it at 64, and I go about 4.0, but it's up to you again if you wanna. I guess 2.4 is good. Just, people play with this. I like to go around these numbers. Sometimes I go up to 4, but this picture, it doesn't need to be too sharp. Threshold, you don't need to mess with it. You can leave that at 0. I'm gonna press OK. Oh, it looks a little sharper. If you want to make the stones a little brighter, I don't know the diamond grade on this right now, but you want to make them a little brighter because they're too dark, you can just press the letter O. Letter O, or just go to Dutch tool on the left menu. On the left toolbar. If you click on here, you can select the Dutch tool, or you can just press the letter O, which what I do. That's what I do. I use a lot of the shortcuts to do my work faster, because I really have a lot of pictures to fix. So normally I really do this very quick. That's the only way I can finish my work. But it depends how many pictures you're doing. If you don't have to do a lot of picture editing, then you can take your time and just work on this slowly. But I'm used to working fast. But for the video purposes, because I'm going to continue to do videos, then I'm going to try to go as slow as I can. Now, for me, I like to add a shadow. I created a shadow in Photoshop, so I can always use it for the rings. A lot of people buy pictures of shadows or things like that, so they can always use the same shadow because it saves you so much time. But I wanted just to create my own. But it's up to you. You can make your own, or you can buy it. I don't know where you can buy it online, but I'm sure it's easy to find them. But for me, I just created it not too long ago. So if you go to a separate layer, well, because this picture was already, it was edited with the white background, but I don't have it as PNG, so it's not like a transparent background. So I'm gonna have to use an extra step to do it. So for example, to give an idea of what I need to do to put the shadow here, on this layer, I'm gonna click on the wand tool, the magic tool or wand tool. Now it selects everything that's here in the image. I have it at tolerance 32. I like to have it at this tolerance. You can change it, but for me, this works just fine. And I'm gonna press Shift, the Shift key on the keyboard. I'm gonna press Shift and hold it, and click on, click on the inside of this picture here, because if you can see the plus sign, that means it's gonna select that area too. And I don't really need to do this and this, because I'm still gonna leave this with the white background. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an inverse so that it only selects a ring. Yeah. Because if I do a separate layer, it's gonna only do the white background. So in other words, I'm just gonna press Shift Control I at the same time, and see how it changes. Now the outside of the area of the picture is no longer highlighted, just the inside of the ring, because I clicked on Select Inverse. But I used a shortcut, and shortcuts are really helpful when you work with pictures, because you can get your work done faster. To me, every second counts. So all I did was press Shift, Control, and letter I. Shift, Control, I, to do Select Inverse, so that way it only selects the image of the picture. Now I'm gonna press Control J to create a layer, a new layer with that image that was selected. So if I hide the layer behind the layers that I have here, and I just show you the layer 2, which is the layer that I did to select just the ring, you can see it doesn't have any white background anymore. It's just a ring. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna click on layer 1. If you look at the right part of the screen on the layers, or maybe just bring the layers over here. I clicked on layer 1, so I can go back to here, and all I'm going to do now to apply the shadow is go to File, Place Linked, and I'm going to select Start with Shadow. This is where I save the shadow. It's a PNG file. It's a PNG file. So now you can see it's here on my image, but I'm going to adjust it a little because it's not exactly at that angle. I'm going to press Enter, and with the arrows, I'm going to kind of move it slowly. I have to bring this layer of the shadow behind or below layer 2, so that way this doesn't show on top of this, on top of the picture of the ring. I'm just going to press Control Control left bracket to move the layer behind the ring, or to move it below, or you can just drag it with the pointer. If you do that, you can move it up or down. But I'm used to the shortcuts. For me, I like to use shortcuts, so I just press Control left bracket to bring it up or down. As you can see, if you press Control, the Control key and the bracket key on the keyboard, the right one will bring it up, the left one will bring it down. Anyway, that's not the purpose of the tutorial, but I'm just trying to show you really quick the shortcuts. But you don't have to use the shortcuts if you don't like them. But anyway, that's the shadow for the ring that I'm using. Usually I use a shadow for all the rings, and it looks fine, and to me. And if we go back to the, well, we just did a few steps, not a lot, but if you go to the history bullet, you can see that we made a big difference in the picture. Now people will see it, and they will know, or potential buyers will know that it's a 10-karat gold ring, and they'll be confident in buying it, or they'll be interested in buying it, because if you see it like this, then it doesn't look that good, because it's too pale, and you don't want to. Well, it's too washed out, and nobody really likes washed out pictures, or pictures that look too light, too pale. We want to see vibrant, nice colors. I mean, pictures that look more real, right? So this is a lot better. And if I go back again, you can see the difference. It's not really amazingly huge, but it makes a difference. So I'm using the crop tool to just make it a little bit. I like to go a little closer to the image, because it's kind of like a stock photo, but not 100% stock photo. It's just like hybrid look. I like it this way better, because sometimes less is more, and I like it to be sometimes natural. Even though this is not edited, but it's well, natural to me. I mean, I like to leave this just untouched, because I save time, and really, for me, I deal with so many pictures that I have to try to be as quick as I can. So I don't have time to really edit 100% or every little detail on the ring, because I want to also keep it like natural, but apply the stock photo look at the same time. And if you do stock photos like this, to me, I recommend it that you add a shadow like this, or you create your own shadow. Or if you would like me to make a video on how to create a shadow, let me know, and I'll be happy to show you that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you can subscribe to my channel so so you can see more videos in the future. I work from home. I'm in the jewelry business, so I do a lot of work in the jewelry. I take pictures. I'm not the best photographer, as you can see. It's they're okay pictures, but I take them. I edit the pictures. I advertise in social medias and stuff. And this is just and because I have so much work, I really just edit them. Uh, enough for me. I mean, I edit them. Um, Not to its entirety for the pictures. Just I edit just what I need to edit enough, so that way I can finish my work and that way I don't take too long. But I appreciate you guys watching. So let me know, leave me any comments. Thank you so much, and I hope you can subscribe to my channel. And thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later.